In this journey of development in wavelet theory, there are many contributors. The prime contributors we shall be discussing in brief. The first one is the Jean Morlet. So Jean Morlet is the French geophysicist who has the very pioneering work in the field of wavelet analysis, and that it was the year around 1975. So this is the pictorial representation of this scientist, French geophysicist Jean Morlet here. Now the experimentations those days the Jean Morlet was having to try to have the geophysicist a better way to search for the oil. The petroleum geologist that time traditionally used to have the location of underground oil deposits, the identification by making the loud noises that time. So thereupon, to have alternative to the traditional way of finding the oil, the Morlet, an engineer for the company here Elf Aquitaine, had developed his own way of analyzing the seismic signals to create the components that were localized in space, which he called that time the wavelets of constant shape. So it is the most important information that he had called the thing by the name wavelet, and it is characterized to have localized into the space. So space concerning the dimensions with respect to the length, x, y, z axis we can take with respect to the rectangular coordinate system here. Now, as like the work, the pioneering work by the Jean Morlet was done. So as like the pioneering work done by the Jean Morlet, there were other scientists too who have independently contributed to the family of wavelets. They had generated their own shapes, again called as the wavelets, and they can be taken by having the different shapes from the mother wavelet. The operations to have the differentiation into the shape from the mother wavelet is nothing but the dilation or the compression here. So in the previous video also I have been introducing you people to the process of dilation and compression or shifting into the time, so that we can get to a new or different shape from the mother wavelet. So whatever the earlier shape there it is called as the mother wavelet. So at the end of this video, one by one I will show the different shapes, those form a family of wavelets here. So with respect to the more information regarding the Jean Morlet's contribution, that time he was using his personal computer and he could be separating the wave into its wavelet components, and also was able to have reassembling those components to produce the original wave. So in short, there it was the use of forward transformation and the inverse transformation, so that the information representation can be from the spatial domain to that of the wavelet domain and back to the spatial domain here. So after the work of Jean Morlet, one of his co-scientists we can say here that he is the Alex Grossman here. So Alex Grossman is also having the pioneering and considerable work along with the Jean Morlet here. So Alex Grossman, he was a French-American physicist of the Croatian origin at the university mentioned here. So this university is situated into the Lumini campus. So he had also the pioneering work onto the wavelet analysis with the Jean Morlet, the earlier scientist that we have introduced, and his cooperation was made into the year 1984. So this scientist Grossman worked with the Jean Morlet for 1 year, and he also confirmed that the waves could be reconstructed from the wavelet decompositions also. So in the very first video where I have been addressing the topic the origins of wavelet, thereupon one example I have taken where the cameraman.tif, the two-dimensional image as a signal was the input, and the three levels or the 3 times the repetition of the wavelet analysis was made, whereupon we obtained the wavelet coefficients at all these 3 levels here. Now, from these wavelet decompositions, we can have the reconstruction of the original signal also, that it will be the inverse wavelet transformation. So, wavelet transformation, it has turned out to work better than the Fourier transformations as a concluding remark from his experimentations, and the reason he traced that these are less sensitive to the small errors into the computation. Now, the Jean Morlet that we have introduced earlier, along with the Grossman, had published their work and they called that to be a wavelet. So, into the year 1984, their work was first of all introduced to the other research community. So, that was called and referred to be the wavelet here. Next, in this particular chain, there it is another prominent contribution from the scientist called Yves Meyer here. So Yves Meyer is a French mathematician. So the mathematician is having the another pioneering work here for the wavelet theory, and he has proposed his own separate Meyer wavelet. The Meyer was the first to have realization of the connection between the earlier publication made by the Morlets here. So the Morlet wavelets and the earlier mathematical wavelets. Into the previous video, I have also had some little information for the work of Littlewood and Paley here. So the connection between the two. So those time, these were the independent researches going on. The connection was first of all realized by this scientist is Meyer here. So Meyer went on to have discovered the new kind of the wavelet, as we have just said. The mathematical property called as the orthogonality is very important. So orthogonality, that means the bases are completely independent. They have the different direction. As far as the geometry is concerned, they are perpendicular to each other, and using these bases we can have the reconstruction of the or the representation of the signal here. So he had been making this wavelet transform as easy tool to work with and to manipulate with the Fourier transformation here. So after the Yves Meyer here, we have the another one that is called as the Stephen Mallat here. So if you get back to the title of this particular video, wavelet from Morlet to Dibauches via Mallat. So we have been just now introduced to the work of the Morlet and in the same duration here. Now Dibauches' work is the most prominent and quite latest as compared to the Morlet's work, and thereupon a contribution of the Mallat, and here it is the Mallat, a Stephen Mallat here. So the Stephen George Mallat, he is a French applied mathematician and a professor. So now, with respect to his work, he had made some of the fundamental contributions to the development of wavelet theory into the late 1980s and the early 1990s. In the year 1986, a former student of the Meyer's, that he is a Stephen Mallat, had linked the theory of wavelets to the existing literature on the subband coding and the quadrature mirror filters that we have been introduced into the second chapter, multi-rate signal processing here. Now, one could now do a wavelet analysis without knowing the formula of the mother wavelet. That is the major contribution. So easiness has been brought by the work of Stephen Mallat here. Along with this particular process was reduced to simple operations of averaging the groups of pixels together and taking their differences over and over. That it means the repetition here. Now it comes the last part as the major contributions here, that is of the Dibauches, the Ingrid Dibauches here. So Ingrid Dibauches is a Belgian physicist and a mathematician, and she is the best known for her work into the wavelets in image compression here. So image compression, it is one of the image processing tasks here to save the memory space required for the storage of the images as two-dimensional signal. This was the tool that it was developed by the Ingrid Daubechies here. So Daubechies has discovered a whole new class of the wavelets here. So there were not only the orthogonal as like the earlier work of the Mayer, but which could be implemented using simple digital filtering ideas, in fact using the short digital filters also. So this is because of the Daubechies made possible here. Whatever the new wavelets she had introduced were almost as simple to the program used as the Haar wavelet. So Haar wavelet, we have already been introduced that it is just a square wave, positive half cycle for the half portion and negative half cycle for the latter half here. But these were smooth without the jumps of Haar wavelets. So we have already stated that the Haar wavelets are the entry point to understand the wavelet theory. It is better and simpler for the teaching and learning process as well. But the practical use of the Haar wavelet is quite limited because practically we want the smooth lines, whereas it is yielding only the straight lines here. Now along with the Daubechies wavelet turned the theory into the practical tool that can be easily programmed and used by the scientist with a minimum mathematical training. So because of which the wavelet has become the easier as well as the popular tool here. Some of the wavelets are for the continuous wavelet transform and other are for the discrete wavelet transform. Already into the first chapter we have seen what are the differences with respect to the continuous time signal, then discrete time signal, and then the digital signal here. So while working into the digital domain, we switch from the continuous to that of the discrete domain here. So the representations of the transformation in mathematical formula also does have the forms as like the continuous wavelet transform and the discrete wavelet transform. So we shall be having the knowledge of all these ones. So now in general, as we know, the engineers are always trying for the new applications achieved here, and for the mathematicians there are still important theoretical questions to be answered with respect to these wavelets here. Although these wavelets are best known for the image compression, a contribution from the Daubechies wavelet, many researchers are interested in using the wavelets for pattern recognition too. However, most of the data into the grid are redundant. Full-length computer animated films are also the applications of the Daubechies wavelets here. Now after the Daubechies, there is another contribution, the pair called the David Donohue and the Emmanuel Candice. Here we can visualize both of these scientists. So these belong to the faculties of the Stanford University. They have proposed a new class of wavelets called as the Rigolets. The Rigolets is also the wavelet family, and now it is the hot topic of research. And the Rigolets, which are specifically designated to detect the discontinuation along a line here. The other researchers are also studying the multi-wavelets, which can be used to encode the multiple signals traveling through the same line, such as color images in which three color values, the fundamental ones red, green and blue, have to be transmitted at once. So here mathematicians often point out that the ideas developed to solve a pure mathematical problem can lead to the unexpected applications years later. So this way, at certain another time, we shall definitely be benefited by many of the mathematical models. Those are being studied and may be further applied at different applications here. The different shapes corresponding to the family of wavelets here we shall be showing. So this is just the repetition of the Haar wavelet that we have already been introduced into the previous video. So Haar wavelet function has been represented psi as a function of t here. So here we have the positive square shape here for the half of the duration, right from 0 to 1 by 2, and from 1 by 2 onwards up to 1. Here we have the negative amplitude with -1 as the amplitude level here. So after Haar wavelet, the major contribution by Dobach is because of the simplicity and application as well. Here it is the representation. So this is basically the Dobach's 4-tap max flat wavelet. So here you can compare these shapes with respect to the markings we have made onto the horizontal as well as the vertical axis here. The Haar wavelet, the changes into the amplitude levels were shown into the interval 0 to 1, whereas for the Dobach's 4-tap max flat wavelet, you can see the amplitude changes occur right from 0 to 3 onto the horizontal axis. So we have the markings of 1 and 2 also. Now for the amplitude levels, right from 0 onto the positive side we have 0.5, 1, 1.5 and beyond that also. So here it is the limit, and onto the negative side also we can go from -0.5, -1 and beyond that. So this is the Dobach's 4-tap max flat wavelet, the simplest wavelet shape. Many a times we go for the Gaussian shape here. So when the Gaussian shape was also utilized for a wavelet, it was like this. So this is simply called as the Gaussian wavelet. Here onto the horizontal axis you can see the markings from -5 on negative side to that of the +5 onto the positive side here, whereas the amplitude levels here you can see right from 0 onto the positive side we can go 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 and approximately 0.8. Similarly up to -0.8 we have the shape of the Gaussian onto the positive as well as negative here. So after the Gaussian wavelet we have the another, that it is with respect to the Morlet, the first wavelet name here with respect to inventor, that it is Morlet here. So the Morlet wavelet can be represented here graphically. Here we have from -0.8 up to +0.8 onto the horizontal axis, whereas actual changes with respect to the amplitudes can be traced here. The amplitude levels approximated more than 0.8 onto the positive as well as onto the negative sides here you can see. And unlike the Dobach's wavelet, the 4-tap, the max flat here we have the symmetry into the Morlet's work here. So at the 0 crossing we have the similar pattern onto the left hand side as well as onto the right hand side. So as like the Morlet wavelet, we have another one with respect to the shape. Here we call it to be the Mexican hat wavelet here. So this is the shape of Mexican hat wavelet. Here it is the representation from -8 to +8 onto the horizontal axis. The amplitude levels on positive side more than 0.8 and on negative side -0.4 here, and here it is the 0 level here. So this is what the change we see for the Mexican hat wavelet. And at last we have Quetelet wavelet. The Quetelet wavelet can also be visualized. So here we see Quetelet wavelet on horizontal axis. We can see the entire representation of the Quetelet's wavelet is there onto the positive side. Here we have the 0. So from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to 5 we have the changes into the amplitude levels. There are 2 drop downs at the values 2 and 3 that you can see on the horizontal axis, and the amplitude levels are ranging more than -1 into the negative side up to more than +2 onto the positive side here, and here it is the peak achieved at 2.5 level. So these were the different wavelets. So I hope it is very much helpful to see the wavelets right from Morlet to Dobach's via the contribution of Mallet also.